I'm Ethan, a product marketing manager for Deel HR. Let's talk about managing the entire employee lifecycle, not in spreadsheets, but in Deel. From planning and hiring to time off, compensation, and internal mobility, Deel brings it all together in one platform so your team can move faster, stay aligned, and grow with confidence. Now, we know HR and finance teams today are facing mounting challenges. Too many tools and disconnected processes, too much time spent in spreadsheets, not enough visibility to plan ahead or reward fairly, especially at scale. This quarter, we're focused on helping teams grow smarter with tools that make it easier to manage efficiently, plan ahead and reward fairly, all in one platform. We'll start with the core HR backbone, job architecture, workflows, and time off, and then explore how you can plan your workforce and manage compensation more strategically. Let's dive in. First up, job architecture in Deel HRIS. To scale HR with consistency, you need a strong foundation. That's where job architecture comes in. With Deel, you can build your own internal job framework, defining how roles are organized across your company. This means creating job family groups, like design, job families, like product designers, and job profiles, like senior product designer. With employee leveling, you can then match employees to those roles at scale, so everyone has a clearly defined role and level within the organization. Now, why does this matter? Because without a consistent framework, things can get messy fast. Job titles may vary by team or region, career progression is unclear, planning and compensation decisions feel inconsistent. With a custom job architecture in place, everything becomes connected. Headcount planning, compensation benchmarking, recruiting, performance reviews, and promotions, all anchored to the same internal logic. When a job architecture is in place, all your other HR programs and talent strategies just work better. Now let's move to the day-to-day management experience, starting with workflows. Deel's workflows help HR teams automate repetitive tasks, document collection, onboarding steps, and approvals, so you can save time and deliver a smoother employee experience. And now we're making them even more powerful. You can create automations triggered by approval or denial events. For example, kicking off a policy reminder if a time off request is rejected, or creating a series of tasks for a manager when a parental leave is approved. We've also heard that you want to use Deel to send out specific announcements. So we added a new time-based trigger that sends in an email or notification on a specified date to a group of people. Now, you can notify workers in the UK about a change in benefits or update the sales team on a new expense policy. Creating dynamic groups used to be a chore. You had to build every rule by hand. But now, you just describe the group and Deel's AI does the rest. Type sales and customer success roles in Europe, and anyone who fits that description joins automatically. These smart groups plug straight into your workflows. Add one to your onboarding flow, for example, and only new hires in Europe will get a quick email asking which keyboard layout they want. This makes it easier to make sure the right people get the right message all in the same workflow. And before you flip the switch, give it a try run. The new workflow simulator lets you try a test event helping to catch hiccups and launch only when it looks perfect. Next up, we have time off improvements. Deel has long supported time off management, helping HR teams create globally compliant policies and manage requests efficiently across countries. And that matters more than you think. A company with 1,000 employees typically handles over 600 time off requests per month. That's thousands of clicks, approvals, and potential errors if your system isn't built to handle it. We've heard from you that time off can be hard to track for managers, and that you were looking for more granular options for how time off is taken. So we fixed it. Now, you can assign regional holidays automatically based on each worker's contract, so there's no need for manual adjustments. We've added more granularity too, letting you create policies with 15 or 30-minute increments, which is especially useful for hourly teams or if you want to offer paid volunteer hours. And for managers, there's a brand new dashboard in Deel to track their team's balances, usage history, and upcoming time off, all filterable by policy, person, and time frame. It's more control, better visibility, and less overhead. It's not just easier, it's smarter. And HR managers, you finally get your inbox back. Now, let's move into strategic planning. Planning is often static and difficult to share across teams. It usually lives in spreadsheets, full of assumptions, version confusion, and endless edits. And let's be honest, if you've ever named a file headcount plan v30 final for real, you know the struggle. It's slow, messy, and hard to align on. But with Deel, HR, finance, and recruiting teams move faster and smarter with scenario planning. You can create unlimited hiring plans based on different scenarios, like a hiring freeze, a new market expansion, or updated budget targets, and see exactly how each one impacts your headcount and costs. Then you can visualize these scenarios directly in your org chart and share with hiring managers for fast alignment. Once a plan is reviewed and approved, you can send new job requests straight to your ATS to start recruiting. And because the plans stay live, they automatically update as new hires join, keeping HR and finance perfectly in sync. Now, once you've got the right team in place, it's time to make sure you're rewarding them fairly and staying competitive. But we know running a compensation cycle is often chaotic. Running over budget, delays from manager confusion, and disconnected spreadsheets don't help. It often feels like you're not in control of the process. Our new salary planning workflow in Deel Compensation helps HR teams stay in control of their global compensation reviews and keep the reviews on time, in budget, and spreadsheet free. Let me explain how it works. First, structure your cycle for success with pre-configured eligibility criteria and rules-based guidance. For example, you can configure your cycle so that only workers that started after January 1st of last year are eligible. Then, create recommended salary increases by performance score to keep your pay for performance culture strong. When ready, you can invite managers in to request changes and they'll have clear guidance for faster, better compensation decisions. And because Deel is global by design, the workflow supports multi-currency reviews so you can run a single, unified cycle across all of your regions. Once those manager recommendations are in, you can lock the cycle for HR to review, keeping everything structured and auditable from start to finish. So let's quickly recap what's live and where you can find it in Deel. Job architecture is now available in Deel HRIS and will connect to Deel Workforce Planning, Compensation, and Engage. You'll find it in your HR settings. Workflows now support dynamic groups, simulators, and time and approval-based triggers. They're live now in the Workflows tab within Automation. Time off enhancements are live too, including automatic regional holidays, granular time tracking, and a new team dashboard for managers. Scenario planning is available in Deel Workforce Planning. You'll find it in the Scenarios tab within Workforce Planning. And salary planning is live in Deel Compensation. Just search for compensation in Deel, then you can configure guidance, set up cycles, and run your reviews directly within the product. If you don't see any of these yet, just reach out to your CSM or Deel support. They'll be happy to help. And we'll follow up after the webinar with everything you need to get started. Now, let's zoom out. Today, you saw what the full employee lifecycle looks like, powered by Deel. From hiring to onboarding, managing time off, running comp and performance cycles, everything connects in just one platform. No spreadsheets, no silos, just clarity and control at every step. With Deel HR, you're not just keeping up, you're leading the way and driving strategic growth at your company.